question I have, can you walk us through this panel through some pivotal moments if you use like the replay of how to like you read like the dominance like flipping and telling you? 'Cause it's a lot of people
Yeah,
haven't seen this before.
yeah. I mean, let me go 4 hour on these guys. Just 1 sec. Yeah. So basically, let me get back on the right spot here. Yeah, it's getting slow on this thing. It's because streaming or whatnot. But yeah, basically on, I think I showed this before, but like when yeah, so basically when these start lining up, and I'd be on the lower time frame when this happens, I wouldn't be on the 4 hour, but it's easier to show zoomed out like this as far as streaming purposes go. But when they start pushing down here, I'd be looking for tether to line up here and hold these boxes. And like I said, they're reversed, so you'd be support here, resistance here. But when these line up and you start to get the volume coming in, and you get this reversal, like easier to show on this one, but when you start to get this split volume going in and popping up here, and you get the RSI tools going on the lower time frame, this is where I'd be looking for these things to line up. You know, the totals are important, but those are more like I'll be looking at them to line up at the same time. But I really care more about ETH, Bitcoin, and Tether lining up. If totals line up too, that's great. But sometimes I'll just be watching like totals 3 to see if alts are kind of better to play, and if alts are going to reverse.
That was one of the things I kind of picked up. It seemed like you were using the total market caps to see is it alt season or is it Bitcoin Ethereum season?
Yeah, and like if Bitcoin is leading, then I'd be looking more at totals. You know, if alts are starting to pick up, like today earlier, alts were really starting to pump, then I'd be looking at where they might reverse, right? Like here, basically this resistance here. So like alts popped up. This is totals 3, so that's where I'd be looking for that to line up and reverse. But we're starting to get a decent reversal here. Just might have to manage a couple things on my end real quick. But yeah, that's basically like I'd be looking at resistance to line up here, support to line up on tether, and then basically using the totals to see where I'd be looking at, especially if I'm playing alts. Like this would be an area where I'd start to look to short some alts. I do like the setup on Bitcoin better than the setup on ETH, but they're both decent. But then I'd be looking at alts and like where they're at, you know, living for decent. Like, let me get one right here. 1 sec. I'm gonna